Welcome back to the Gentleman Ultras YouTube channel. I'm Richard Hall as always, and looking through the morning papers, we have all on Inter Recharge or Recharge Inter, because the loan from Oaktree has been secured, 275 million, as we thought it was going to be. However, this is what's quite interesting. In Gazzetta dello Sport, everyone had been reporting that this looked like it was something that could be purchase of shares. And that Oaktree could take over Inter in the future, but according to Gazzetta, it said that's not the case at all. This is actually going to be simply a loan with 3 years to pay it back. Hopefully then Jean can either find an owner to take over that, or instead he can manage to get those finances out of China, if we should say, to sort that out. Well, that's going to be quite an interesting one. The next step is to meet Conte. He's looking as though he's increasingly going to stay. So it says here that, interestingly then, there's a bit of a controversial twist to this, because it says Oaktree, the fund from the US, do have shares already in Caen in France and Swansea. So it's going to be interesting to see just what that means. It's still a bit up in the air. It's showing both sides, a very balanced argument. There's going to be 1,000 in San Siro when they lift a Scudetto. This team will celebrate on a tower. And that looks as though it's going to be quite a day for the Nerazzurri after all that time. It says here in Corriere dello Sport about Inter, the deal and the money is arriving, financing from Oaktree. The fans are calling to Conte, you have to stay. Finally, it says here in Tuttosport, Inter's here with 275 million. Now Zhang and Conte summit is upon us. So, excellent, that's good to know for Inter fans. And we now talk about Juve, because obviously the winning the Coppa Italia was huge for them. Pirlo tries the comeback, it says here, after winning the Super Coppa Italia and Italiana and the Coppa Italia, he's going to try and come back. He says on Monday it's down to Juventus, which we knew already. Much more here. It says Pirlo goes for it, as you can see in the Corriere dello Sport. They're talking again. It says Pirlo goes for it, as we said. Coppa Italia victory revives him, but there's still Milan in his path. Champions League spot is the thing that's going to convince Agnelli, according to Corriere. Sunday evening, Bologna awaits the results from Bergamo and Naples, and then it says Zidane and Allegri are waiting behind the curtains almost. So it's it's going to be tight for Pirlo, I think. And a seamless link actually. Pirlo on the tightrope. That wasn't intentional, I promise. Winning the Coppa Italia increases his chance of staying as Juve coach, but Champions League qualification is fundamental. But here it says, in case of the revolution in Turin, here's Gattuso. That would be interesting. So, moving swiftly on. Buffon had said, where am I going to go? What's going to be the big surprise? The madness. Now, he said madness, and I said Roma. He's gone one better. It says Monza called Buffon. Buffon to join up potentially with Galliani and Berlusconi at Monza is just the best news ever, unless he'd gone, of course, to Parma. But that would be a fantastic and brilliant chapter of his career if he does. And again, it might be a good place for him to finish off his career as they press on. Rodrigo de Paul in Gazzetta dello Sport being equally as modest as ever. Half of Europe want me, including Serie A. So that's one to watch there. His future, of course, up in the air at the moment, but Inter probably come back in from now with that money that's assured, high on the list of what Conte wanted. And if Conte wants to stay there, then that will be obviously interesting. Expenses and referees, La Pena, Pasqua and Rabilotta all suspended with 4 assistants. It's a precautionary measure following an AIA warning. I think that's in other papers as well. Yeah, referee suspended, it says Tuttosport, investigating over expense claims, and likewise in Gazzetta. Pioli prepares for Champions League push on Sunday in Bergamo against Atalanta. That's going to be a cracker. Making sure that everyone keeps their eyes on that. It's going to be some game. Also here, the Serie B playoffs, of course. Lecce were an upset, and Venezia in the final with Cittadella. Venezia are the ones I'm certainly backing for that. That's going to be fantastic, and let's hope they can get back into Serie A. It says here, Cittadella and Venezia for Serie A. Vento derby in the final, whilst Monza and Lecce are out. The games are on Sunday and Thursday. Finally, Jeric for Belotti to say yes if Toro can grab hold of him. That's quite an interesting one. Cardo plays the coach card too and eventually does something. So that'd be quite interesting. But other than that, that's pretty much covered the main things of the headlines. So I'm Richard Hall. If you do like this, please give us a like and a retweet or whatever, and share this, and that'd be great. Okay, ciao for now.